How you going, people? That's pretty good little shooting here. Body cam footage of this officer takes a pretty long shot with his long rifle. They've got an active shooter. He's already shot 2 people. So he takes a pretty long shot and just barely misses a car driving by. Let's take a look at this footage till he gets here in the chase.
Got a guy shooting at 49th and Peoria. Clear right, clear right.
Clear right, the light was red. You just saw him pass that light. That was a red light.
Peoria.
He said clear right. Went through it a little quicker maybe, but he's an active shooter, so he's in a hurry.
That's not good.
He's got a civilian next to him.
Once we hit Skelly, or 51st rather, try to,
looks like condition now south of George.
Okay, so I'm going to bump it up here a little bit as well.
oh shit.
Get closer to the, Alright, so here's where he pulls his patrol rifle out. While he's driving, you have this guy in civilian clothes here. I don't know if he's a plainclothes officer, if he's a reserve, if he's a ride-along, if he's a family member. He's kind of helping him. He seems like he knows how to do. He tells him to kill the siren, put the car in park. So he kind of trusts this person, even though it's a civilian, a little much. A little more than you would somebody that doesn't have a clue. And here's where he grabs his gun out. Go ahead and racks around. Pops his lens covers on his scope. Turns on his red dot. Make sure his red dot's on. And he's getting ready.
My siren.
To get out.
Okay. What's his description?
Behind the shopping center where the cash air component is located.
Okay, over here.
Driving with his knee right there, or maybe one hand. Now I'm not sure if driving this way is look, it's a dangerous business. He's going to a shooting. Would it have been better to wait and draw his pistol? I don't think he could have made this shot with a pistol. It would have been a much tougher shot. So because he's going in active, remember, rifles are offensive. Rifles are when you're going hunting for known targets. Pistols are defensive when somebody pulls a gun or catches you off guard, and it's just a defensive weapon to keep them off you or to return fire if you're close enough. So because he's going on the offensive here, an active shooter, I think a rifle's a better way. I like the way they use a patrol rifle when they're explaining in the definition and news people. Police have patrol rifles. When civilians have these, they're mean assault, dangerous assault rifles. But when police have them in government, they're patrol rifles. Anyway, I digress.
20s black shirt.
Okay, cut my lights. Where is he? Where is he? Where'd he go?
We have one subject shot in the face.
Okay, hit park, hit park. Okay.
Okay, so he gets out of the car here. He's kind of running. The shooter's on the move. He started in CC's, then he went to another store, and then he tried to cross the highway. So because this is what the Supreme Court always rules as rapidly evolving, uncertain circumstances, you have to give officers the benefit of the doubt when they're making these split-second decisions under rapidly changing environments without a lot of information. So this guy's just kind of running around with his head cut off. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Luckily, there's a lot of witnesses pointing in the right direction.
George 303, I'm in the alley behind the strip mall. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? What restaurant?
So a lot of chaos in here. This is the rear door of CC's. People are running out. People seem to be a little calm standing around. If there was a guy shooting people, I wouldn't be hanging around in the alley. I'd have passed the cop going the other way saying, he's where I'm running from. Go that way. But anyway, I digress.
What restaurant is this?
This is CC's.
Hey,
Watch out. Clear the door.
CC's is clearing out. I'm at the back door.
Officer coming. Come on.
What does he look like?
We don't know.
They just shoot random.
So the officer's entering by himself. He's clearing rooms. I think he's doing the right thing. I agree. You've got the gun. You got the vest. You got the badge. You should be helping defenseless people. That's your job. So I don't necessarily think this is a heroic move or this is a bad move. Policy may have said, wait, maybe he's violating policy. Unless he hurts somebody, they won't care. But I think he's doing the right thing by going in and actively tracing down this shooter.
He's at Cox. People are yelling and saying that he's down at Cox. Down that way.
Okay, so now he's updating. They started at CC's and now he went to another place. He's trying to update on the radio, trying to run, trying to keep his gun ready. I still don't know if he has a good description of this guy yet.
One of those shots. I'm not sure if it's a dog one or the. But he was shooting people down there.
I don't know if he's on fire or semi. I would be on semi. I know there's a lot of safety satellites that'll be, you shouldn't be on semi unless you've got a target. I'm on semi if I'm going to a known shooter. I do not want to have one less thing to think about if this guy surprises me. Me personally, I'm on semi right now. If you don't like I point a loaded gun at you, don't get between me and the suspect. Okay, so he's moving pretty good. If I thought the suspect was in one of these dorms, I'd be on this side also. So I always have a place for cover. I can go from cars to brick walls. So staying in this kind of cramped area is good, so you have a place to move to cover either way. It's kind of bad a little bit because you're kind of trapping yourself in an alley. I would probably be where this guy's at. Someone else may not say that.
We have a ton of people in the alley.
I don't see cars racing out of here. You got cops coming, you got guys running around with long guns, and you got a guy running around shooting. I don't know if all these people don't know about it, but people seem to be driving pretty... Man, you'd be seeing my tires smoking. I'd be running a guy over or hauling butt.
Behind the shopping center, and we definitely have one person shot. Looks like in the chin. Roll IMSA. He's in the Range Rover on the south side of the complex.
I'm not sure I'd be updating a person getting shot and their location. I know I'm always saying cops need to be updating things, but in this case, he's looking for an active shooter. He needs 100% focus on people acting strange, people coming out with a gun, or people shooting at him. So I would not be caring about some dude that was shot behind me. Other cops will find that. People are explaining that on 911. My priority right now is to keep my gun ready so I can return fire. In my tactical opinion. Okay, so now he's running out here. Not sure if I would be out there because this leaves him, the shooter, to hide behind these pillars or behind any of these cars. So he's kind of out in the open. I get that he wants to make room and he doesn't want to be trapped. So there's pros and cons, but those are kind of tactical decisions you make on the fly. I'm not saying he's necessarily right, wrong, good, or bad. I'm just giving you my opinion.
Where is he?
Okay, when you see people standing around on the phone, you tend to think shooter must not be near or they wouldn't be doing that. So he drops his guard a little bit and he runs over to him and talks to him. I think that's a normal response.
Hold traffic. Hold traffic. He's got a gun.
Okay, here's where he finally, I think, sees the guy and he sees that he's got a gun. I don't know if this is the guy right here or this is the guy because the camera's kind of fuzzy. But the guy is on this side of the highway and he crosses over and this officer takes a shot across the highway. So, he's running up on a guy where he knows he's got somebody shot and they're running with a gun. Does he have to challenge him and say, "Police, drop the gun"? No, absolutely not. Deadly force is authorized. Guy's got a gun, he's running. The problem you get into here is if you don't know what the suspect looks like and you don't know you got the right suspect, you may be shooting an armed citizen who's chasing the suspect. So I don't know how or why he absolutely identifies this guy as the bad guy, but he does. He takes 2 rounds and he kills him. Good cement cover right here. He's coming over the edge. He's coming from low. He's not silhouetting. If he'd have ran up here and ran along this concrete, I'd be dogging him for silhouetting. So he's coming, keeping low ground, and then he's going to come up, and when he silhouettes, the first thing that the shooter will see is maybe his head and his gun coming over. And that's kind of what you want. Right here, he gets a good steady place position, and he aims his shots, and he shoots twice. Luckily, this oncoming traffic here stops, but on the other side, they don't have a clue. And they're driving on a highway at 50 miles an hour. I do not think he sees his car. I do not think the second shot was timed to miss the car coming by. I think the person in the car to go buy a freaking lotto ticket. Okay, takes 2 shots and drops the dude. I want to go back and look at that in slow-mo. So let's take a look at that in slow-mo. Cars coming by, 18-wheelers, traffic going the other way. Steadies his position. Takes a shot. This car right here luckily sees him aiming and stops. Had this guy not been paying attention and kept going, he would have been shot, family would have been shot, somebody would have been shot because he would have drove right in a bullet path. He was paying attention to stop. When you're shooting across this highway here, very, very dangerous. And I'm talking about not dangerous to you, dangerous to the people on the highway that are driving it has no idea you're going to be firing bullets across the highway. This is probably not a safe shot. There are going to be people that says you probably shouldn't have took that shot. You endangered the public. See, the problem is unless somebody gets hurt, cops aren't really held accountable. So because he kills the bad guy, nobody's going to mention or talk about the citizens that he could have killed. And I'm not dogging the guy. He did what he did. He probably got a little tunnel vision. I'm not saying he did it on purpose. But if you get shot on purpose or by accident, it hurts the same. So let's go back 10 seconds here. Okay, you see this car right here? This is the one I want. This car is lucky. It's going this way. I don't know if you guys can see that, but let me tell you, this is a lucky car. Because if you look at where his magazine is lined up in the center of his stock, he's pretty much shooting a straight line. And this car just barely missed getting shot. Watch that car again. Ooh, doggies. And then kind of everything goes a smack here. 18-wheeler didn't stop. Other cars aren't stopping.
Okay, suspect is down.
Other cars coming, they don't know.
Stay on the ground, let me see your hands! Let me see your hands!
I don't know if this guy can hear him across 4 lanes of traffic with cars coming by at 60 miles an hour. What I wanted to point out is you notice his hair standing up. I think that's called let me look it up, make sure. Yeah, it was horripilation. I thought it was pro-ripilation, but let's see how they say it here.
Horripilation. Horripilation.
Horripilation. All right. So that's basically where you go in a fight or flight and your skin gets standing up on edges. Or not your skin, your hair standing up on your skin. Your skin shrinks, it shuts down capillaries, and it gives you all kind of things in fight or flight. So you can feel the wind, so you can feel somebody touching you. You become hypersensitive. The old saying, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. This is what happens when you're in fight or flight, and it's a normal thing, but it really heightens your senses. So anyway, let's go ahead and finish this.
Suspect is down. I can't see his hands. I got a gun right next to him. Hey, ma'am! Ma'am, back up! Back up!
So these two people, for some reason, are walking over to the guy. I don't get it. He's got to back up now with another long gun. This guy doesn't fire.
There.
I want you to notice these guns. This guy's gun is across on a suspect. All these cars are coming by. Ricky's lasering those cars. That's unsafe. He's not safe. He should go to more training. Shut up, you big dummies. This guy's got his gun down. He's probably on safe now. This guy probably should be on safe now since he's behind cover and he's got some distance and he knows where the guy's at. I would probably be on safe now. There's no reason for him to be on fire. I don't know whether he is or he isn't. I think this guy is in a better position with his gun down because the suspect is down. This guy is just so amped up and vapor locked on him with his horripilation going on and all his other things of fight or flight that he's just focused on the guy. So I get it.
Wait, let's stop traffic.
Come this way.
Still got his gun pointing across traffic. Is that needed? His gun's pointed down. The other guy's down. This guy's still pointing across. This guy doesn't have a clue that these cars are all driving in front of him and that he's lasering or that they're endangering or whatever. He is hyper vigilant. Somebody who hasn't shot needs to come over and tell this guy, hey man, we got him. We got officers here. We got the traffic stop. We got plenty of officers. Go ahead and make sure your gun's on safe, man. Take a couple deep breaths, get some water, have a seat, breathe deep, take a walk, go back to your car, get some water. Well, they need to shut this guy down, and they do later on, but they don't do it quick enough, really, in my book.
Don't stop. Hey, the gun's on this side of him. The gun is on this side of him.
Hyper-focus. Tunnel vision. Suspect. See him breathing hard.
You got him, Lum!
Lasering a cop walking in front of him, lasering other cops. How many cops is he still lasering? How many cops is he still pointing? Rick, you can't do that! Well, he just did. Alright, finally he gets off, and I think another cop comes over and checks on him. You got plenty of cops there, traffic stop now. We had a female show up making nothing. Just kind of leans on the fence and looks good. La 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 la. Unequal, underpaid, same. I'll just hang out.
I got IMSA up here on the highway. We need them to come. No, hey, no. They won't come up. They said they can't. I don't know.
So I think this guy kind of picks up that this guy's running around with his head cut off a little bit. He's trying to do too much on the scene. He's trying to be involved. He's still in fight or flight. He still hasn't disengaged. You really want to that's why you don't ever want to give a statement after a shooting when the cops come and go, what happened? Because you're in this guy's mindset and you start explaining and making statements that end up getting used against you. So this cop kind of recognizes it and he does try to back him down a little bit and say, yo, dude, don't do anything else.
So I just tried to get him up. Yeah, I'm good. Hey. Hey. Yep.
So that was a kind of code that, hey man, your camera's on, we're still being videotaped. So neither of them wanted to say anything.
Yeah, in my car, way over there.
Yeah, hey, you don't do anything else.
Nope, no, I know.
Okay, here's where he tells him, don't do anything else. You're done. Good move on his part. Finally, the corporal comes over.
You want me to go back to my car? Hang.
Corporate. Yeah, we're gonna go back to the car. No, him. We're gonna go back to the car.
Yeah.
I'll hook up with you, man.
Okay. Yeah. We'll go back. Okay.
I got it.
Hey, thank you.
When you come up here,
And that's pretty much it. Overall, I think the guy did pretty good. I thought this was okay. Shooting across the driveway or across a highway with cars coming by 50 miles an hour, a little dangerous, but was it needed? Was it necessary? Was it mandatory? Maybe not. Nobody got hurt. Remember, the outcome of an incident, especially with government, dictates whether you're a hero or an idiot. Nobody got shot but the bad guy. He's a hero. Has he shot some 4-year-old kid in a car seat when mom's driving by because she ran in front of his bullet? He'd be the biggest loser and a cop murderer, and his whole life would be different. So, that's the problem with getting focused on critical when you get into a chase and you lose sight. And I've been there. I know there's times I should have probably backed off and canceled, and I didn't, because you just get like, I've got so much invested, it becomes a little, not personal like the guy affronted you and he's trying to hurt your family or something. It's just personal that, my job is to catch you and your job is to run. I always just tell criminals that. They apologize for running after I caught them. They'd be like, dude, I get it. Your job's to try and get away. My job is to catch you. You know what? Today it worked out for me. There's guys that get away. So, all right, we'll end that there. Hope you got something out of it.